thank you, oh God, for allowing me another opportunity to stand before your people to decree and declare a word that you've given me to deliver, oh God. I ask, oh God, that self would sit down, oh God, that your spirit would rise up, oh God, that with spiritual boldness I would speak, God, what you have commanded me to say. God, whether it's received or rejected, oh God, it went out because I'm doing what you told me to do. God, I thank you, oh God, for all your many blessings, oh God, that you bestowed upon us, oh God, for knowing if it had not been for you, oh God, who was on our side, oh God, where would we be? God, we say thank you, oh God, for just your presence, God. Your presence is in this place, oh God. I feel you like I felt you on Wednesday if you were not here on Wednesday. It's like the residue that was here on Wednesday went home with Youth Pastor Shannon and I, and Bishop commanded us to walk through our house. And if you were here, you would know that when we got home, amen, we went through. As soon as I got through the door, it wasn't no time to touch nothing. I immediately started praying over my house because, y'all, the enemy is sitting waiting. He's ready. And it's our job to be ready. And so when I begin to walk through and I begin to decree and declare over my house, because the enemy can't have my husband, the enemy can't have my children, the enemy can't have anything that God has already predestined for my life. And I do not play with the enemy. If you let the enemy come in and disrupt you and you play with him and you play patty cake with him, it ain't me. So when Bishop put that command in the atmosphere, I've been feeling it all week. And I was like, God, what do you have me to say? Because when I stand up here, I don't want to play with your word or what you would have me to say. And today I know that I am on a prophetic assignment to speak to you. Because, guys, if we keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over, and the warnings keep coming over and over and over and over, God's hand will be removed. His hand will be removed, and you can't say it's not fair because he gave you an opportunity. So it's not a panic aid word. I'm not looking for any amens. It is what it is. But I am here to give you what thus said the Lord. And if you can go with me to Ecclesiastes 4, 9 through 12. You should be putting it up. Ecclesiastes 4, 9 through 12. I bless God for Bishop and Pastor T for entrusting in me the podium to be able to speak. And as ministers, we consider it an honor that the bishop is out the house and still, amen, gave me the leeway to stand before you. That's trust, amen?
Amen.
Oh, bless God. We got that scripture? Ecclesiastes 4, 9 through 12. Bless you, oh God. If you can read with me. Ready, set, read. Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up, but pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm, but how can one keep warm alone? Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. If you can look at your neighbor and say, the power of 2.
The power of 2.
Look at the other one and say, the power of 2.
The power of 2.
You may be seated in the presence of God. The power of 2. The power of 2. The power of 2. The power of 2. Now, in 2008, Lil Webby came out with a song that was entitled Independent. Anybody know that? Yeah, I used to go around. Look at she, yeah. I growing up, whenever it came out, because I always considered myself to be an independent woman. And, some men like independent women, some men don't, But I used to find myself, in my room when it came out, and I was like, I was like, all the words. And yeah. The word say, do you know what that mean, man? Do I got anybody here that know what that mean, man? It said she got her own house. She got her own car. Toot, beep. I ain't no scrub. No, I don't want no. Y'all know it. She got 2 jobs. I kept 2 jobs. She worked hard. You a bad bride. Brother Ken, Sister Constance, a bad bride. Look at that. So I'm in here like, I'm independent, I'm getting it in the physical, in the natural. I'm out here getting it, I'm grinding, I'm making my way, paving my way. It is what it is. I can do this. I got it. Independent. And the other lyric said, if you ain't on it, sit down. So, in that aspect, we women, we can get a little cocky with it. So, anybody that wants to date Jocelyn, wants to talk to Jocelyn, hey, you okay with this? Because when you approach a man or whatever, I'm one of them like, I don't need you. I want you. It's a difference. Right? So, I'm all, in that mode, But then, when I turned over a new leaf, and when you used to being independent, it's just like, man, it's hard to share. It's hard to, do all that extra stuff. It is what it is. And it's just like now, I done turned over a new leaf, and it's just like, man, on the spiritual side, independency don't work too well. Amen. Y'all following me? Because when I try to do things on my own, it just don't work the way it did when I was in the physical by myself. By myself, if I wanted money, if I want to do what I want to do, Sister Lee, all I had to do, I kept 2 jobs. That's for real. I want to do that. But then I realized on the side when I crossed over, and it was just like, I wanted to make something happen, and I didn't check with God first, and it was like, I needed money to pay my bills, and it was like, you needed stuff to come through, and you needed people to come through, and it was just like, wait a minute. Independency, when it comes down to Christianity, it don't work too well, because in this walk, you can't do it by yourself. Look at your neighbor and say the power of 2. Okay, so here we are. We are going to be talking in Ecclesiastes. We're dealing with Solomon. Solomon was David's son. Solomon was a wise man. The Spirit of God came to him and asked him what he wanted, and Solomon said, God, I want wisdom. So God gave him wisdom. He was a wealthy man. And so in this, I was like, okay, God, you say the power of 2. And I'm trying to understand, why would you want me to bring the power of 2 to New Destiny? The power of 2. Say, why you want me to know the power of 2? I need y'all to talk to me, because we're going to walk through it. Why you want me to know the power? I'm going to tell you, okay? Here, the power of 2. If you can give me a definition, is it back there? 2. The number 2 conveys the meaning of union, division, or the verification of facts by witness. And so, with this, I was like, okay, I understand that. And God was like, well, anytime you're working in ministry, you're not working by yourself. A ministry can't just succeed, co-pastor, by yourself. So I was like, okay, well, what do you mean? The power of 2, and you want me to bring it here? And I'm just like, okay. So he took me to verse 9. If you could take me to verse 9. And it says, 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor. Look at your neighbor, say success. Success. Can I have 2 people? Can you help me out real quick? I need 2 people. 2 people real quick. Come on stage. 2 people. 2 real quick. Don't be scared. Don't be scared of us. 2 people. Well, I need a man. I need a man. Come on. No. 2 of y'all. Sister Constance, you come over here. Come over here. Because we're going to pretend right here. I'm just helping everybody here. We're going to pretend right here that this is Bishop and co-pastor. So when Bishop and co-pastor started New Destiny, it was just how many? Including the kids, I get the kids, but how many was it? 2. I need y'all to talk to me. Wake up. How many was it? 2. So with the power of 2, there had to be some type of, I know, just touching and agreeing, right? So anytime we want God to do something for us, what do? We do what? We touch and agree and we pray, right? So you have 2 people that are here and they're trembling when they're starting off to do something. They don't necessarily know what God has in store. You've heard First Lady say repeatedly, I ain't want to do this. But when there's a mandate on your life, you don't have a choice to do it because the God that we serve knows how to turn up the heat on you to make you move to do something. Ain't that right, Brother Ken? So we right here, and you have Bishop and you have co-pastor starting a ministry, shaking in their boots, not knowing what's going to happen. But because of the fact that they wanted to be obedient to God, they begin to move with not knowing what's going to happen ahead. I'm following God. I'm just following God. Follow me. And so now you have these 2 right here that have touched and agreed and say, God, you gave us the vision. God, you gave us the vision. The vision is here, but God, how will we manifest this vision? And it's just us. But now, when you've added God in it, that added that 3rd person. And so now that trifold, and we're gonna get back to that a little later, they added that trifold, and then now they're praying and they're saying, God, we're here, you sent us to this territory. What do we do with this land? And God has said, give me just a minute. I'm preparing some people. So here we are, right here, 2 people that's been prayed and interceded and cried out to God. And then here come the people coming. And as the people coming, they start doing what? They start getting in place. They start getting in place. They start getting in place. All because of 2 people. Look around you. Look around you. I need you to look around you. I'm looking at you. Look around you. Do you see these people in here? But it started off with how many? 2. Y'all follow me? The power of 2. So here it is. We hear 2 are better than 1 because they have a good return for their labor. Success. When you do what God told you to do, and even when it don't look like it, it ain't moving like it's supposed to move, Brother Ken. Even when God has placed it inside of your belly, Brother Ken, and God is telling you to move on it, and you still ain't moved, but then you have 2 perfect examples. They're standing right here. They're saying, we stood on God's word, and now you can see us reaping the benefits of what God, but wait, the adversary had to show up. The adversary had to show up. I need one more person. Give me one more person. Give me somebody, just run up here. Don't be ashamed. Come on, sister. The adversary had to show up in the middle of the success. So now people done start coming. First Lady, now people are here. And now they're getting in place. And the adversary, he don't like it when he sees the power of agreement. He wants to come in and try and break what God has given the man of God and woman of God the vision to do. So now they're like, is this really what God called me to do? Now, y'all done prayed to me And y'all done asked me to do this. And now, because a little shaking that came your way, and it's like, now you doubt me because I sent the adversary. And as we spoke on, when iron sharpens iron, the adversary has to show up because that's the connection to let you know you're in the right place at the right time. So now, success. People can take success and measure it off of numbers. They can take success and measure it off of the clothes you wear, the kind of car you drive. But see, Solomon wasn't talking about that. Solomon wanted everybody to know that if you be faithful over a few, when it started off with just two, if you be faithful over a few, the many, they coming. Brother Ken, the many, they coming. But I need you to be faithful. Y'all hear me? You catching me? To be faithful. So y'all can sit down. Thank you very much. Give them a hand clap of praise. When it comes down to success, that doesn't just stay here in the church, but outside. And I can use myself again as an example. Success is when you're being obedient to God and God allows things to start to happen. Because I started off with 1, then we grew to 2, and now we all are way up to what, 13, 14, 15? If you be faithful over a few, he'll make you ruler over much. So what are you trying to say? Well, I've placed you in, and I told you it is what it is, amen or no amen.
Amen.
But I placed you here at New Destiny Fellowship Church. And leaders, I'm finna hit you real hard. I placed you here at New Destiny Fellowship Church. And just because the things don't go the way you want them to go, it's still your job to pray. Because I feel like somewhere down the line, we done stop praying. Because leaders, he said, where there are 2 or 3, he'll be in the midst. So I'm saying, where there's 2, there is somebody. If you feel like in your ministry is getting disconnected, it's somebody in there you can connect with and pray and get a connection and ask God to be. Okay. So the power of 2. I'm hitting the leaders right now. The power of 2. Leaders. If it's just 2 of us that show up, we shouldn't be bamboozled by the numbers. Because if it was still 2 people right here, guess what? First lady, I still got to preach like he gave it to me. It don't matter if they're here or not. When you leave out of this building, the same way you portray here should be the same way you portray. I thought, okay. So, success for your labor. You will be rewarded for your labor. We're all trying to get to that place where he says, servant, well done, thy good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a few. Now, let me make you ruler over much. The labor. And at this point, God said, you cannot have complete success if you don't go through any labor. Woo! How do you keep coming in and day out, moving day in and day out, and you want something for nothing, but you ain't putting no work in? You keep calling on me. You keep calling on me. And it's plenty to do. When Bishop gave that illustration of the Ark of the Covenant, that totally messed me up. Because all those people out there working and moving and doing what it takes to make kingdom move so the priests can do what called him to do. But at this point, how can Bishop fully do what God called him to do when we ain't doing what we're supposed to do? The labor.
That's right.
Okay,
Right.
It's tight, but it's right. It's hard, but it's fair. That's what my daddy always said. It is what it is. Can we go to point number 2? Look at your neighbor and say encouragement. Encouragement. It reads, if either of them fall down, one can help the other up. But pity anyone who falls and has no help to get them up. This illustration, I need 2 more people. Come on, help me out. Come on. Be ready to move. I'm illustration so we can get it. I want to make sure we get it. It ain't got to keep being the same two people. Y'all ain't got to be scared to move. Amen. We in the kingdom. Hey, willing workers. Amen. If either of them fall down, one can help the other up. I'm making it plain and simple. You fall because you got a dress on. See, right now, I'm going to just use you as an example. He on your prayer team. And I know you can discern in your spirit that something ain't right. I know you can discern that something ain't right. And they were up and they were doing, and then all of a sudden they start to decrease. They start to back. They start to do this. Now. As a leader, God says, I placed you as a leader and put it in your hands to help my people. So now I have you here as a leader. I need you to help him, because right now he got somebody. Okay. So right now he one of them that say, I really want to let her know what's going on, but I really don't want to. But at this point it's saying, will they see me? Will they see what I'm really dealing with, or will they just look over it and keep going without any sympathy or anything concerning to me? Now, do they see what I'm going through? Because I really can't talk about it just yet, because I'm halfway in between to say that, hey, I'm over here, I want to tell somebody, but I really don't know how to trust anybody. But God is saying, I put a leader in place. That's going to say, hey, okay, God. Because a leader is supposed to be in the face of God. A leader is supposed to be in the Bible, reading, praying, studying, so you can get the gift of discernment. So you wouldn't be a leader. Why would you be a leader if you couldn't discern? Jesus. A leader. Okay. So we have a leader. Thank you, Jesus. And so right now he's down, and he at this point he needs somebody to be covering him, because right now you the leader and you see. I'm just tell you how it can go both ways. Because right now, she the leader that's fixing to pray and start praying over him and go ahead and start decreeing and declaring. Because now she began to see and she began to call out and she began to tell God and asking God to intercede on the behalf of this leader that's going through but really can't say nothing. That don't want nobody to know that they're going through. That don't want nobody to know that things are happening in their house. That they don't want nobody to know about. So because of her discernment, she began to pray. And I ain't saying nobody here is doing this, but it could flip to where now God has entrusted this leader. Now we finna switch your seat. Stand right here. Now God has entrusted, go back to this leader in place. And now you have this leader. I want everything to go high. Everything's supposed to go. Everything is supposed to be how Bishop said it's supposed to go. It's supposed to happen. It's supposed to do this, We here. And now you have this leader that's trying to figure out where these people at. Why they ain't here? But the leader ain't checked on nobody. What's going on? What's going on? What is the deal? And then all of a sudden she leaves from you and knowing that she can halfway discern you, because she a leader, she in place. You should know that something ain't right? But then she go over here. And she stopped praying and she looked at me and she said, girl, I'm so tired of these people. I'm so tired of them they ain't doing nothing. They ain't coming. They ain't doing this whole time. They ain't doing that. But you ain't not one time discern that baby probably almost killed herself. That they may be going through something, that A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that they may be going through something, and because of the fact that you ain't connected. Nothing. What God has entrusted in your hand, I can only talk about it because I've been through it. Entrusted in your hand, Minister Miles, to help them get to another level, but instead, God, why do I have to do it like this? Because people are getting away from it. They're thinking too high and mighty. And God has said, my people are hurting. My people are here. And I have people in the place, but they just not listening, co-pastor. They just not listening. They're not listening. And so now, because she didn't want to listen, and she done brought it to me, and because I'm the gospel, guess where I'm going? I'm just going to take it to somebody else. And now what? The adversary is having his way and trying to detour new destiny from the assignment. There's a goal. There's a place we got to get. But until we get in place and recognize the power. Thank you. Give them a hand. The power of two. Here we are. And not anybody that come through here should be, when we get ready to go out and minister and do these things, you should be at a place to where you're not trying to tear nobody down. We should be at a place now to where we're building people up, co-pastor. To a place now to where I can walk through and I can discern and I can just pat you on the back and say, I'm praying for you. I need some encouragement. And he said, if either of them fall down, somebody should be there to help them up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them get up. That's that person that at this point, I don't trust nobody. I don't really do God like that. I don't even know I'm going to make it by myself. Pity that person. Because of the fact we are all helpers one to another. God has no respect of a person. Sister Tamisha, one person can get a soul saved. And we sit here and we go, can I help the people? But God said, what are we supposed to do when a soul come to Christ? We're supposed to rejoice. Do we rejoice? Can I be real today? Do we rejoice? Or do we sit here and just do what we're doing now? What I'm trying to say, in order for us as Christians, Sister Katie, to get to another level, we got to make sure that we're giving encouragement. We got to make sure that while we're giving encouragement, we're staying connected. So when God is speaking, we're not losing the people, and the people are not going out because they get more respect in the world, more love in the world than they do when they walk through the door. Okay. Oh, we're going to be out here at 11:30, okay? Just so y'all know that. Number 3. Verse 11 says, also, if two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Look at your neighbor and say defense. Defense. Can I use y'all two as a couple? Married couple. See, we have a lot of married couples in here. I'm just going through the line to try and help us out because we have a lot of married couples that's in leadership and that don't know how to fully communicate with each other. We have a lot of members here that are desiring marriage, co-pastor, but, not sure if they're ready for the largeness of it. Amen. The largeness of marriage. And I've learned that in this walk, no matter the hell that I do go through, it's always good to be able to go back and lay on Shannon's shoulder and say, babe, it's been a rough day. I mean, to lay down alone, I'm just saying because I'm married now. I can only speak for that. Excuse me. But, when I was single, I would cry out to God, but now I've been single for a long time. Amen. But now, it's one of those two where you said, also, if two lay down together, they keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? You have two people who have been joined together. And one person is putting in all the work. I'm trying to do what I need to do and how to do it, Brother Ken. You're working hard, you're doing what you do and how you're doing it. And I'm flipping the script because you serving God and you praying and you crying out and you coming and you showing up on time and you're doing everything that you need to do. But then on the flip side of it, it's like, when I get home, need you come over here. When I get home And I need to tell her what God said. I need to tell her what God said do. I need to tell her what thus said the Lord. And it's just like, I ain't got time because I got to go do this. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do that. And God is trying to call a union to shift an atmosphere. God is trying to call a union to do. I put you together. Two became one. Now, when you're married and you're together, I should care about your feelings just like you care about my feelings. It's not good that I go to bed and we have no communication, because the Bible said don't let the sun go down, and y'all ain't talk to each other, and I'm trying to help somebody. Y'all ain't apologized, y'all ain't did nothing, but you're going to sleep taking a chance that you might not wake up. Here I am, I'm just trying to do. Let's get back this way. I'm just trying to do what Bishop asked me to do. I'm just trying to show up and be obedient. I'm just trying to do what I'm supposed to do because I want to be blessed by God. I don't want God to look at me and tell me I wasn't obedient to what he called me to do. And I know without a shadow of doubt, this is my call. But you holding me back. I need you to understand that when I have to, I'm hitting the leaders. I hear you, God. I have to do the work. Can you hear me? I have to do the work that God has called me to do. And I'm sorry if it upsets you, but I would rather get a well done from. But don't nobody want to say nothing. I would rather get a well done. If you know you're being about your Father's business, don't you know that God will take care of the rest? But we walk around here and say, no, I got to choose. Choose over God? You choosing over God? God, I put you here. And I hear God talking, hold on. And so this isn't them, so don't take this out of here, be talking about something. I came and did all this. No, they was the ones that asked, I need an example, and I was tired of waiting on y'all to move, okay? That's the only reason why I called them up here, okay? But understanding that when you're married, and I ain't trying to force Jesus on nobody, I'm not. But when you are unified in the kingdom of God, and all these things that you've been asking God to do, you've been praying over here, and you've been praying over here, and y'all pray separately. But now when y'all come to grab his hands, when y'all come together and begin to pray, when you come together and begin to call on heaven and the power of God, he said he'll be in the midst when you begin to pray. So you done got filled up over here, you done got filled up over here. Now you done came and you done allowed God to come in. And what happens when God show up? Miracles begin to happen. Things begin to change. You can sit down. Thank you so much. I'm trying to get you to understand that God is saying that it don't take a lot, co-pastor. Everybody thinking about, oh my God, there got to be a lot going on. It don't take a lot for God to do what he's going to do. But the thing of it is, you got to be willing and obedient to allow him to do it. So many of us are going through, and so many of us are still suffering, co-pastor, because we still won't allow God to do what he wants to do. I called you to do this. I'll take care of you. Yeah. Why is it that we really don't believe that God will take care of us? So do we think we come in Sunday after Sunday after Sunday after Sunday, and this isn't real? When you come in the house of God, you should always want to expect an encounter with him. Why get up? Why come? Can I be real? I'm being real today. Why come? Why get up out your bed and you probably went to sleep at 4 o'clock in the morning? Why get up and put your clothes on and drive up at whatever church you go to and walk in here and sit down? Get nothing out of the service. You sitting here like a bump on the log. You weighing down the Holy Spirit. The prayer team got to work 3 times as hard. The praise team got to work 3 times as hard to try and push. You should have just stayed at home. Why? And the only reason why God has commissioned me to say it is because it's time for us to move, and we can't move if we're still doing the same thing.
Yes. Yes.
So I'd rather y'all be mad at me than be mad at Bishop or Pastor T.
Come on.
Because at this point, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But if I can't help you, I dare not hurt you. Well, I hurt you to help you, I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
But at this point, if we say we're called to do something, why we can't do it? And we come in. How many of you are really expecting God to do something different in your life? Like for real, for real. For real, for real, for real. When I walk through these doors, I don't care if I ain't went to sleep, I ain't did nothing. I don't want to leave out the same way I came in, with the same heavy heart, with the same. That's why it's here. That's why the altar is here. But guess what? We so scared somebody gonna say something about us. You should be above and beyond that by now. I want my breakthrough. I'm sick of it. Every time we walk around, we can't get the fullness of God because y'all still coming up here having a pity party. Get over yourself. Pity party day in and day out. God is calling us higher to greater things. Drug addicts need to come up in here. Prostitutes need to come up in here. We got people that we got to take care of, but they can't come if we out of order. I want to hear servant, well done. I don't need none of y'all taking that from me. I'm here for a reason. The call is greater than what you can ever imagine. And y'all keep coming in and playing with God. You keep coming in and playing with him. You keep coming in. I may get in trouble by Bishop, but I'm letting you know. You keep coming in and you keep playing with him. You keep coming in and you keep playing with him like he don't know you playing. We gotta stop. Why? Because if God was to come back right now, right? Nobody don't want to hear this type of stuff, co-pastor. Because I think it's a fairy tale because it's been said for so many years and years and years and years and years. But you think sex is better than God. That you think spending time with somebody else is better than God. That you think all these things, drugs, are better than God. You think doing what you do is better than God. I'm here to command you today. Get yourself together. Day in and day out. Day in and day out, we walking in here and we playing. My grandma say, heaven is my goal. Each and every day, I gotta keep on moving. Yeah. Moving in the right way. But if I stumble, Sister Katie, if I stumble while I'm on my way, that's that old school Baptist hope where they better get it. Step aside, don't you block my way. So here we are, that we should be in a place now to where, as married couples, that we should be an example in the church. We should be able to set the example for these single ladies that's waiting on God. That are these single men that's waiting on God to be able to do it. But here we are, Jesus. Okay. When people are assigned to your hand, God holds us accountable for these people that we ain't reaching. If we know for a fact, ain't nobody got the bag, and I won't ever probably preach a sermon like this again, but we got to go somewhere. If God ever convicts you today, I hope he convict you today, to say if he busts open that sky right now, and you ain't got to tell me, but do you know for sure you're going back with him? But every day we walk through that door, we playing, and we coming in like we got time. Do y'all see what's happening in this world? Do y'all see how these people are coming in and killing people in the church? Do y'all not see what God is trying to get our attention and get us to another level, and we still playing? Okay, I'm almost done. Yes, sir. Number 4. Though one may overpower, 2 can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Touch your neighbor, say strength. Strength. Strength, strength, strength. 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 Have you ever been so weak to the point to where you just, you couldn't stand up on your own? Every time you turn around, something tends to knock you back. Go faster. Have you ever been to a point to where you feel like in your mind you just all by yourself, evangelist, to where it's like nobody fully understands what I'm going through, and you know I'm still trying to press a praise. The real saints understand. I'm trying to press a praise because the hurt that's hit me has been so bad to it knocked me down to my knees, and it's just like now I done took my frustration and I'm just like, God, I'm so mad at you. God, I'm so angry that you've allowed me to become so weak when I used to be so strong in you, and I've been trusting you, and I've been faithful, and then all of a sudden, things start to happen and go past the strength that I thought I had in God wasn't what I really thought it was or what I was claiming that it was, and now it done knocked me out of the way down to where I just need some help. I need some help. I need some strength. I need to be able to move. I need to be able to lift my hands like I used to. I need to be able to run and jump and give God glory like I used to. But all this right here is just sitting on me. I need the strength of the Lord, but I've been faking it for so long. I really don't know how to call on God to be able to not walk in my strength, but walk in His strength that He's given me. So here it is, God. It has really hit me for real this time. And I've been telling everybody that I know Him. I've been telling everybody what He's done for me. I've been telling everybody that He can deliver, that He can set free. And now it finally hit me. Oh, and it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad to where I really don't know how to utter the words go best. I really don't know what to say here. But right now, I really don't want to give up on God, Brother Ken. I really want to keep going. But the strength that I used to have. Brother David, take me. Come on. The strength that I used to have. It ain't there. So how do I get back? How do I get back to the strength that I thought I had? To the strength that I wanted everybody to know that I was saved, and I was sanctified, and I was filled with the Holy Ghost. Yeah, that's what God said, quit playing. Because the enemy is waiting. You don't think he know? Play, okay? You don't think he know? The enemy is waiting. And the pain, when it sits, it sits. And if you don't have the power to press through it, it's going to sit some more. And then that's when the spirit of depression, all these things begin to creep in and start trying to attach themselves. But here is God is saying now, in Matthew, what is it? 18 and 19? Can y'all read that with me?
Again, truly I tell you, that if two of you on earth agree about anything they ask for, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven.
We're going to read it one more time, and I want you to read it with authority. Let's go.
Again, truly I tell you, that if two of you on earth agree about anything they ask for, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven.
So God, you telling me that you made me a promise? Put that back on the screen. You just gave me a promise. So you telling me that if I find somebody like-minded, find somebody like-minded that's a believer of you, and we begin to pray, your promise is you're going to be in the midst. So you really going to come see about me. Ain't that the promise? It's in the word. I've been battling with this for a long time. So, co-pastor, if I come to you because I know you will believe. I know you're a believer. And you prayed with me. You telling me that God said, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. And we walk around here and we don't want to pray. We walk around here and we don't want to touch and agree. We walk around here acting as though we got it all together. And the doors are open on every fourth Wednesday for you to come in and get the prayer and the intercession that you need. And you stay away for a promise that God said that he would do. So you asking me to do this for you. And I've opened the door to make a way for you to get what you need. And you still don't show up. But God is saying today, I want to remind you of the promise. If you are a leader in this church, stand all over the building. I want to remind you of the promise. That if we want to grow and glow together, and our ministry seems like they ain't growing like we want them to grow, what did he just say do? If we're seeking for these positions to get filled so that we can get what God has for us, what is the promise? What did he say do? Touch and agree. This is the promise. Hear me, y'all hear me? This is the promise. Everybody else say. The power of two. Do you think it's just for show that Bishop called the prayer warriors up here to pray for you? Why do you think he do that? Because of the promise. And if you really are desiring a change of heart, if you really are desiring to say, God, okay, this was for me. This warning was for me. And I really want to make sure I'm about my Father's business, because God, you promised me that if I touch and agree, that you're going to be right there. And when Jesus showed up, Prophetess Kim, in the Bible's miracles happen. When Jesus showed up, Brother Ken, dead things begin to arise. When Jesus showed up, miracles begin to happen. Sister Katie, healing took place when Jesus showed up. So today, I really want Jesus to show up. And because he allowed me to speak on the power of two, he confirmed that he wants to show up. If you're tired in your body, if you're tired of doing the same old thing, if you want to change, if you want something different, God said, I will show up. You don't have to keep coming in here the same way, walking out. It's a choice, you ain't got to. But today I put a mandate on you that I'm here. I'm here. Prayer warriors, come.